What's up, guys? I know I look a little different than I usually do. That's because I'm going to talk about something that I don't usually talk about, and that's plate carriers. The body armor, the pouches, the mags, and all that cool stuff that goes along with it. So the reason I don't talk about plate carriers a whole lot, you don't see me shooting them a whole lot, is because I don't wear them every day. I'm not law enforcement, I'm not military. And just because I don't wear it every day and I don't use it every day doesn't mean I can't come out here and wear it and get used to it and practice and train with it, because we all know there could be a time and place where this could be needed. We live in a crazy world. There's crazy people everywhere, and we all like to shoot guns and know how to make holes, but we need some stuff that can stop holes and sometimes repair holes. All right, first thing I'm going to talk about is the plate carrier itself. This is the Veritas from AR500. It is the FDE tan color. I do have the cummerbund attached because I think it gives it a little more stability, especially when you're running, leaning over and all that stuff. It just keeps it in place a little better than the single strap. And it gives me places to put extra little pouches, because I don't like to bulk out the front of the plate carrier. You know, if you're moving it around things, you have to lay down, all that kind of stuff. I just don't want a big old, you know, honking thing sticking out of the front of the plate carrier. The plates inside of it are steel plates. They're AR500. And yeah, they are heavy, but they're a little less expensive than the ceramic plates or the whatever different kind of Gucci plates you can put in here. These are the standard shooter cut. They've got the corners cut off, so you have more room to move your arms like that, and to put your buttstock of your rifle to do some cool guy shooting. Okay, so the plates are what stops holes. Let's talk a little bit about what fixes the holes. Right here, I've got the cat tourniquet in the pouch right here. Don't know where the pouch came from, doesn't really matter. It's got a little red tab, so I and everybody else knows there's a tourniquet in there if you can't see it sticking out the side. Down here, this is my first aid kit. This is the dangler from Faro Concepts, I believe. It's got all kind of cool guy stuff in here. Got some quick clots, some gauzes, some chest seals, and all that cool plastic wrap stuff that you hope you never have to use. I chose to go with this configuration because, like I said, I didn't want a big first aid pouch right on the front of the plate carrier, getting bulky. I didn't want to put it on the side because I like to have my arms free, I like to be able to move. And like this side, you got to be able to draw your pistol. You don't want to have a bunch of crap right there. And on this side, I've got spare AR mag. I didn't want something big and bulky right here getting in the way of my draw and just being uncomfortable. So I like to keep the sides kind of slick. So the dangler is where it was. I used to have a, I think it was an Army issue IFAK on the back that you could slide from either way. I could grab it with this arm or this arm, but the only problem was I have a very long torso. I'm kind of tall, and these plates sit high on your body. And so the back, you can see where that pouch is. That's where the first aid kit would have been, and it's extremely hard to get to with my arms, because my arms just don't bend that way. I'm not that flexible. So I decided to put it up front in this dangler so I can easily get to it with either hand, and the tourniquet I can easily get to with either hand. So next up, we've got the things that make holes, the things that everybody likes, all the cool guy stuff. Up front, I've got 3 taco pouches from HSGI High Speed Gear. These 2 are multicam. This one's green. It's got a pistol mag attached to it. The pistol mag is on this side. This is my shooting hand side, my right side. And the reason I put it there is because when I transition, you know, you sling the rifle down, you turn it and sling it down. The rifle's going to fall right here. That way, when I go to draw, the rifle will be right here, and I'll have room to grab my spare mag and do all that cool stuff with my pistol. Right here, I've got 2 other mags on each side tucked under the cummerbund. And these are little elastic pouches from Faro Concepts, I think also. These are here just for, in case I feel like I need 5 magazines. These will come out pretty easily, and then the pouch goes flat, which is pretty cool. This one's turned, oriented just like these, rounds forward, because this is probably the hand that I will be grabbing them with. This one is faced this way. In case this arm gets hurt for some reason and I need to reload, I can grab with this hand, and the rounds will be oriented the way they need to be. So while we're on the topic of which way the rounds are faced, I don't care which way you face them, just figure out what works for you and do it. Mine face this way, rounds forward, because when I go to grab, I'll grab like this and go in, the rounds are facing forward. If they were the other way, let's go with this one, since this will be the first one I grab off of here. If they're the other way, I have to do this, and they're probably going to be backwards, and I have to fumble with it. So I face them this way, I can grab it, and when I come out, rounds are facing the way they need to be. This little black pouch right here, this is a Gerber, can't remember what it's called, but it's a tool for AR. It's got a little front sight post adjuster. It's got some cleaning kit stuff, a little scraper, and some other cool guy stuff like that made for the AR. That just rides right there. It's kind of, for the most part, out of the way, and I can still get to it. It's not like on the back where I have to take the vest off, or the plate carrier off to get to it. And the little pouch on the back, usually don't like having stuff on the back, just because if you get in and out of a car, it's going to get in your way. You're like, well, you're not an operator, why are you getting in and out of a car? Well, if the crap is bad enough where I need my plate carrier, my truck is right there behind the camera. I will probably have to get in and out of my truck to do stuff, to drive places, whatever. So I don't like having crap on the back. This pouch, however, holds soft things like maybe a pair of gloves or a toboggan for when it's cold. So if I happen to lean against it, it'll squish flat, and usually that stuff comes out anyway. And the things that are in there, I don't have to have, they're not mission essential. So if I need something out of there, I can get somebody else to grab it, or I can grab it when I take my plate carrier off. To put the whole thing together, I've got 5 mags on here. I've got one more here, one in the gun. That makes 7 for all you math wizards out there. So I've got the capability of 7 AR mags. I'll usually only have 5 because these 2 will probably come out. They're just there in case I feel like I need 2 extras. I've got 2 pistol mags, one here, one here. That way, if I don't feel like running the plates, I have a handgun mag, rifle mag, little dump pouch for crap. Right now it's got my phone and a lens cover in it. On this side, holster, got another tourniquet right here. I've got another tourniquet on the belt and a first aid kit back here. So now that we've gone over what everything is, let's go over where it is, or why it is where it is. Okay, so the rule for all of these pouches, in my mind, is they need to be able to be accessed by both hands, for the most part. The mags, the first aid kit especially, everything needs to be able to be accessed with both hands. That being said, priority is going to go to your offhand. If you shoot with your right hand, your offhand is going to take priority. So you need to set it up to take advantage of your offside hand, but don't forget about this hand. It still needs to be able to grab everything. Like my tourniquet right here, you should either be fighting or fixing. I guess you could do both, but ideally, if there's fighting to be done, you need to be fighting. If it's time to fix, then you can fix. You don't have to worry about fighting. So my right hand will probably be available to grab my tourniquet, put it on a leg, whatever. If it's not, I can still open the pouch and grab it with my left hand. Same thing with this. This is right down the middle. It's equal opportunity for both hands. The mag pouches, of course, are going to be for offhand use, so that's why they are the way they are, and I have one available right here. The handgun is pretty much right in the middle. I can grab it with both. Even my tourniquet on my belt is in the front. I can grab it with both hands. These on the belt, the rifle and the mag, they're oriented for this hand. I guess I could, if I had to, grab that rifle mag out, especially if I didn't have my plate carrier on. I could reach it a lot better. This first aid kit on my belt back here, oriented for right hand, but I can still get to it with the left. So just remember, when you're orienting your pouches, you're planning all your cool guy stuff out, how you're going to look the coolest. Just remember that it needs to be able to be accessed with both hands, but take priority to your offside hand. I mentioned this a little bit earlier also, your handgun mags and your secondary stuff. Make sure when you sling your rifle, it's not going to cover up any of that stuff, because when you need your handgun reload, your rifle is probably going to be hanging, so you don't want your handgun reload to be under your rifle. There's probably a whole lot of other things that I'm sure all of you are gonna think about, and comment down below and tell me what I'm missing or what I need to move. One of those things is maybe a radio, some sort of communication. I don't really have any good radios. Probably a good ham style radio would be good. Put on the back, run your crap over, you know, you can talk and all that cool stuff. I just don't have any of that, so that's why it's not on here. Another thing I see a lot of people use that I'll probably get told about is some kind of big fixed blade knife. Just like the radio, I don't have a Cool Guy big fixed blade knife. So I don't even know where I would put it if I had one. Somewhere in here, maybe behind all this crap. I see a lot of people put knives and tourniquets and stuff on the shoulder. I guess maybe if that works for them, that's cool, rock on, you can go ahead and use that. But to me, it just seems like it would get in the way. I know a lot of them running on their offside shoulder, but you know, if you got to transition or do anything like that, I just think it's going to get in the way. The sling, you know, might get caught on it, or the buttstock's going to hit it, and I don't know, I just don't like all that stuff. I like to keep all my stuff down here away from where the buttstock's going to be moving in and out, just to make things easier. All right, so there's my plate carrier. That's how I set it up. That's the things I have on it, and a little bit of why they are the way they are. So maybe you can, you know, take some of this and apply it to yours. Maybe you picked up some cool ideas. But the main thing to remember is don't spend all of your time focusing on plate carriers and all this stuff. It's good to have. I know why we need it. I'm not telling you don't need it. I'm just saying make sure you get your concealed carry practice, that kind of training, your handgun stuff. Make sure you get that nailed down and spend enough time on it before we start getting out the rifles and the plate carriers and the Cool Guy stuff, because handgun stuff isn't sexy, but it's the stuff we as civilians need to master first, and then we can worry about plate carriers and all that crap, because the handgun is probably what we're going to use the most. That's what we have with us. You know, I don't carry this stuff all the time, so I don't need to put all my focus and practice into this when all I'm going to have is blue jeans, a t-shirt, and a handgun and a reload. That's the stuff I need to be putting all my time toward, or most of my time. Anyways, if you like the video and you want to see a few more, go ahead and subscribe. If not, just at least watch one more while you're here. Click the bell, the little notification thing, that way you know when new videos come out. I'm trying to put them out once a week to help you guys out, make it a little more consistent. So click the bell, like, and do all the other Cool Guy stuff that helps me out.